Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Live in the Hive. It's Thursday night, it's the 10th of June, and thank you so much for joining us here this evening. Now, we are a little bit late this evening. You might think we are 5 minutes late, but that might be because somebody filled my glass extra big. And we have a great guest in the studio, and we've been having a bit of a natter. So excuse me that we're a few minutes late, but I tell you what, we have got a great evening lined up for you. We've got a guest live in here, who you're going to see very shortly on the screen. And we've got somebody joining us from Warrington, and we have got lots of fun, laughter. Get your tipple at the ready and stay with us for the rest of the show. But of course, the show wouldn't be the show, would it? Without my wonderful mini-me's, and they are with us in the house this evening. Hello, Harry and Jen. You're looking absolutely gorgeous, guys.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Hello.
We're doing great. I'm so excited to see this show.
Today I've got my cool t-shirt on. Can you see it?
Well, you are looking absolutely fly, Harry. Now, later on, Daisy, you have got something special, I believe, for me. Should I be worried?
Yes, definitely.
Oh, okay, right. Oh, that's not a great thing. I might have to take some more wine just to get myself prepared for that. You've also got your fact of the day.
Yes, we should be excited for that. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, we've got some guests, as I mentioned, and Harry, can you give us a little bit of a reveal of who are our special guests this evening?
There is Rory Hope and Heather Glover.
Woo! Oh, guys, I will see you a little bit later on. All right, stay watching the show, and we'll see you a bit later. All right, bye for now. Oh.
Bye.
Now, you might have heard some clapping going on there because we have got a live audience, and they're a bit camera shy, so you're not going to see them this evening, but you can well, I was going to say sure as something hear them then. That's because I've had another glass of wine. But go on, audience, give us a big round of applause. Yes. See, they're making a lot of noise in the house. There's a lot of love going on. And please show your love throughout the show. Please give us your comments and join in with this evening. You know how to do that. So just send it if you're watching on Facebook or if you're watching us as well on the YouTube channel, and we'll throw those up as the night goes on. I'm just going to introduce you to somebody who we have got in the Hive here with me, sitting to my right. Here we go.
Hi.
Hello, Heather.
Hi, Michelle. Made it all the way from Macclesfield.
Yes.
Bits of rush hour traffic and a bit of tyre pressure issues, but here we are.
Nothing like that when you are preparing for a live show. But we've got you a nice glass of wine, haven't we?
Yeah, I've had a few sips, just a few sips.
And of course, our Harry introduced you before. Do you like Harry?
He's gorgeous. He's the most cute little boy. I was desperate to meet him. I'd seen him last week and just concentrating on his smiley face and how many different faces he could pull.
Oh, bless him.
So, yeah.
Well, they've got some questions for you later on. I've got some lovely questions for you. And you have got a bit of a sneaky surprise for us.
I do, actually. I'm just making sure that it's all covered up for now, and I'll reveal that later, Michelle.
Oh, you know what? You've got to keep watching. All right, so it's bye to Heather for now. But let's welcome our first guest to the Hive. Now, I talked about him earlier on. Harry just mentioned him. He's from Warrington. He's a singer-songwriter. He's very talented. He's got over, I think that's Harry laughing to himself now. He is very, very talented, and he has got over 34,000 followers on Instagram and has more than 750 likes for his latest song, Hideaway, and he's going to be telling about that song right now. Welcome to the Hive, Rory. Hey.
Hey, guys.
There you
right?
are. Yeah, you nearly got my children in your shot then. They are going to be coming on and ask you questions later, Rory. How are you doing?
Yeah, really good, thank you. How are you?
I'm really good. It's great to get you on the show. I know today has been a really special day for you because not only have you got Hideaway out, but you've got a new track out that has come out actually today.
Yes, yeah, a song that came out. I wrote it last year, sort of midway through lockdown, and it's been released today through Abbey Road and a label called Hexagon. which many of you might not know, but a guy called Don Diablo, a DJ. He's rated sort of 9th in the world, or he was last year or something, which is crazy. So yeah, really positive.
I mean, you're absolutely smashing it. And in the intro there, you know, saying 750,000 people have now liked your stuff. You've gone over 1 million with one of your other tracks. How did you start off in singing? Because I believe you're a bit late to the table, weren't you?
Yeah, very late, very late. I to take the story back to sort of the beginning, or as try and keep it brief. Used to play basketball for Manchester. Through injury, decided to go and try coaching in the States. So was there in New York for I think 3 to 4 months. Whilst I was there, a good friend of mine heard me singing in the shower. He wasn't in the shower with me, just to confirm. Yeah, so he signed me up to a talent competition without me knowing about it. And then he sang the first verse and the chorus, and I sang the second verse and the second chorus to This by Ed Sheeran with an iPad in my hand, like shaking the entire time. And yeah, since then it just kind of continued. So throughout the entire time when I was in America, people kept asking me to come and sing with them. So I got out of my comfort zone massively to sing in front of people. But I was 22 then, 22, 23. So yeah, started music very late.
Because it could have gone completely in a different direction then if you hadn't given up, the whole basketball career. I'm so glad that you did though, because your vocals are phenomenal.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I don't know, it's just a bit strange. I mean, I think I could never play basketball to the same intensity again, and I think the only thing that replicated the adrenaline of being on court and doing things on court was just being on stage. And it was, I don't know, it was very scary, terrifying to obviously start singing and doing it at the age of 22. But yeah, no, I love it now. So.
But you've done loads of things since on stage. I mean, in 2018, you were actually on The Voice, weren't you?
I think, yeah, it was. That was a very interesting time. Lots of sort of backstories to that, but it was definitely the biggest thing I've ever done. Being on stage, with the massive stage and the setup and the lights and the obviously the celebrities and this, that, and the other as well. So it was definitely something new for me, because I wasn't just dipping my toe in the water there. I was literally being thrown in the deep end. But carried on, and then through lockdown, because of lockdown, started top lining and writing to DJs and other artists' music. And now I'm sort of doing that as a full-time job. So yeah.
That is, I mean, do you know what? I think, the music and the entertainment industry has really suffered through the whole pandemic. But I think for you to find a positive and be able to drive your dream forward, that's really good that something has come out of that. Because I think when you're selling cars, come on, Rory, with a voice like yours, when you're doing something with cars, you can't be doing that.
Yeah, I was a classic car salesman for 5 years. Or it started at the bottom of the company and sort of worked my way up and then started selling them. So, but never really. Obviously I like cars, it's a passion and I enjoy it and this, that, and the other, but it was never it wasn't the reason I got out of bed in the morning. So I used to go down to London and spend the entire weekend in the studio, finish at sort of 7 p.m. and then drive from London back north to be at work the next day at 8 a.m. 9 a.m. So knackered, but yeah, it was needed to be done.
The graft is paying off, and next time you go into a classic car showroom, you'll be buying one of those cars, Rory, I'm sure.
Well, hopefully.
Absolutely.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
So tell us a little bit about the track Hideaway, because I've listened to it and I just think it has got just the most amazing summer vibe. It just makes me feel like, Ibiza. I know I'm getting on a bit, but I still like my Ibiza and I still like to think back to the Ibiza days. But was that the intention behind Hideaway?
It's funny, actually. No, not at all. I actually wrote that with a friend of mine before I quit my job to start doing music through lockdown. So it's kind of got a lockdown kind of feel to it, because we released it at the end of lockdown for summer. But it was actually written about me sort of hiding away from working towards something other than the job I was in. So it was kind of me trying to say how I needed to sort of break out of that rut in a way, and I didn't want to hide away anymore. I wanted to get out there, and that's basically what the story's about. But it fits nicely in with obviously COVID and everything else that's going on. So hopefully it continues to do well.
We are going to take a listen to it right now, Rory. So here is a little bit of Rory's track, Hideaway.
I'm falling back to that place, deep in the safe zone, but I need to let go of feelings I can't erase. I'm calm on the surface, I wish I could kick it. Time and space is floating away, just caught in a wave. I'm tired of this masquerade, it's in my veins. I can break these chains, 'cause I don't wanna hide away.
Oh, that is brilliant. I was just getting into that. But do you know what? We're going to play the full track a little bit later on. I'm going to have you play us out at the end of the show with that track.
Awesome.
It just makes you feel uplifted, and we need that kind of music right now.
Yeah, that's literally why we thought it would be a perfect time to release it with the summer. Obviously, don't want to hide away anymore. Don't want to be in a lockdown anymore. Want to just get out there and do all the things that we used to do, you know, before the restrictions. So, yeah, I think it worked quite well.
I shall drink to that one, Rory.
Absolutely.
Talking of that, have you got a tipple this evening with you?
I've actually only got a coffee, to be honest. But I do love a glass of red, but I couldn't find the bottle opener. So,
well, you're welcome in our bar anytime. But you know what? A coffee is all well and good. Don't drink too many of them though, because coffee makes me shake a little bit. It's worse than wine.
Yeah, no, I love a glass of red, but yeah, it does catch me off guard sometimes.
Now, just getting back to your singing and songwriting, is there anybody that you would love to collaborate with in the future? You must have kind of that ultimate idol that you think, oh, I want to tick that off.
I mean, I guess my singing really, I say my singing, I used to be a bit of a closet singer, so I used to just sing on my own all the time. I think it would have to still be sort of Jared Leto from 30 Seconds to Mars.
Yeah.
I think it would have to be, because he's, I would like to say I picked up, because I've basically taught myself to sing by imitating other singers. And I've picked up most of my, I would say, bad habits from listening to a lot of Jared Leto singing. Not because he can't do it, because he's absolutely phenomenal, but I think me trying to replicate what he does has made life a little bit hard for me sometimes. So, but I think he's absolutely incredible, and I just love his voice and the music he puts out. So.
Well, fingers crossed, one day Jared Leto will come and knock in, and hey, I wouldn't mind Jared Leto in the Hive with us.
No, that'll be good. I'll definitely come for a drink then. That'd be awesome.
All right, okay, I'll keep you to that one. I have got my mini me's that were trying to get in on the action when we first said hello to you, Rory. I'm going to add them now to our chat. Here they are. Here you go. It's the Daisy and Harry cam. Hello, guys. Oh, I think they've frozen.
Hey guys.
Joy. Oh, there you go.
Well
Harry's there. I think they're a little bit slow. Now, Harry has got a question for you. If we can get the Wi-Fi is playing up tonight. I think there's a storm brewing, Rory. But we'll try and see if we can get Harry. It's all, oh, it's a little bit frozen. We'll see if we can come back to him. He had a really nice question for you, so we will get back to him a little bit later.
That's right.
But can I ask you about the songwriting part? Because not only do you write songs for yourself, you write them for other people. Now, what is that like?
Oh, good question. Interesting, and sometimes quite difficult, because the majority of people I work with are usually from different countries, so there is a slight communication or language barrier sometimes. But the majority of the time, they sort of say, just sort of feel the music. How hippie did that sound? Just sort of come up with what works, I guess. So sort of sing what's naturally and comes out when listening to the song. So because I guess I've listened to so much music over my time, I've enjoyed lots of different styles and genres of different types of music, that I've just picked up lots of different things from the different styles. So I can pretty much write to most tracks. Whether or not that's good is another thing altogether. But I can definitely say I can try. So yeah, it's just a fun process to be perfectly honest with you. Just lock myself away and sort of just write what comes to mind, and then there's a lot of back and forth. But yeah, it's good fun.
Wow, that's amazing. But of course, I imagine in the future, the plan is to just do more of your solo stuff, right?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I plan to release my solo, well, the first song of my project, sort of the neck end of this year, so maybe September, October time. Because I have been focusing. I've been doing majority of the stuff that I've been doing is featured stuff, like the one that came out today. It's usually from another producer, and I will sing and write and record my vocals on top of that, and then they will release it. But I'll be a featured artist, so all of that can still be found on Spotify. But I would like to sort of create a bit of a separation between my own stuff that I've been working on for the last 2 years and the continued working on the featured music. So hopefully they interlink at some point and people can listen to both.
Oh, do you know what? It's only going to go from strength to strength, Rory. I absolutely, as I say, love the work that you do. And, I hope other people watching this evening will go to Spotify and start following you on Spotify, because I think, you're not going to be wanting to come back to Live in the Hive, because that's it. You're just going to go on and smash it, really smash it. Oh, right. Okay. That's fine then. We'll have you singing in the garden next time. Okay. Can we do that?
Perfect. Yeah, of course. Yeah, why not?
I'm not going to let you forget that.
Oh no, I know. You've got it to me now. It's happening. Right,
in the garden with a glass of red. We'll do it very, very soon. All right. Well, until then, Thank you so much, and you take care of yourself. Have a lovely evening. Thanks for joining us.
You too. No problem. Anytime.
Oh, bye. Oh, how fantastic was Rory then? And honestly, his music is brilliant. So if you can follow him on Spotify or at Rory Hope Music, you will be in for a treat with some of his amazing tracks. And we are going to listen to the whole of Hideaway at the very end of the show. Now let's see if we can go to the Harry and Daisy cam. Are you there in the house, guys?
Yeah,
we're good. We just enjoyed amazing music from Rory.
You've frozen. Harry, you missed asking your question to Rory. What were you going to ask him?
I was going to ask him, what's it like being a rock star?
Oh, dear me. Do you know what? I think he kind of answered that for you. And what else? You had 2 questions. I think you did have 2 questions, but you just can't.
What advice would you give me to be a rock star?
What advice would you give me to be a rock star? What do you think of that, audience? I think that deserves a round of applause. Harry, those were amazing questions anyway. So when we get Rory back on in, a few months' time, you can ask him that question. We've got some lovely messages coming in now, everyone. So Phil says, good evening. Jeannie and Bernie. Oh, okay. And Jeannie is also watching, saying evening, Phil. I think they're having a conversation with themselves on that one. Okay, who have we got? We've got Claire Matthews, loving tonight's look, Harry. Claire thinks you look fantastic, and I do. I'm loving the shades. Very, very cool. We have got a lovely message from Paul Rudd. He says, hi, Shell. Feeling the love today. And Phil has come back on to say, super interview, Rory. Good luck. Smash it. We're all hoping that Rory does smash it. Oh, do you know what, you two? You are absolutely fantastic. You're just some cool dudes there in New York. Are you not actually in New York, though, are you guys? Because I'll get very worried that my 2 children have left me and gone to New York.
We've flown off to New York. Bye, Mum.
Well, there you go. What can I say? They've gone to New York without me. Daisy, you're going to be asking our next guest a question very, very soon. So you get yourself prepared for that, and we'll speak to you a bit later on. Okay, see you guys later. Don't you love technology? It is driving me to drink, and it's a good job I've got certainly a wonderful lady with me right now who's going to join me for a drink.
And also got a drink.
Woo!
Cheers.
Oh, gosh.
Thanks for having me, Michelle.
Well, thank you.
Sharing the stress.
For being here. You are sharing my stress this evening because you think technology is going to go right, and it always proves you wrong.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
But I'm so glad that we have got you in here. So hopefully the Wi-Fi will be good and nothing will go wrong after this. Fingers crossed. Now, Heather, you are one amazing lady. All right. No, you definitely are. You know, you have created this new lingerie brand called Skarlette. Now, you created it with Kate, who is the co-founder of the brand. It's absolutely, it looks so special. It looks so pretty. But you're a nurse. How did this become, you know, a big kind of company for you? What?
Absolutely. As a nurse, I had no idea what to do at all, Michelle. And I've literally flown from a nursing job earlier and done a quick transition to get here this evening. So come hell or high water, I was going to. Unfortunately, Kate is otherwise, you know, family duties and everything like that. So she's not able to join us, but she'll be watching.
She will.
And basically, because I think it may be the nurse in me, because I want to care for other people, and having breast cancer and illness and stuff like that has really impacted on that over the last few years. But because I've got to live in a way, if I don't want repeated surgery and I don't want to put prosthetics on or whatever, I have to live in a way that I've got no boobs and I've got a flat chest. And I see so many other people the same way and crying out for underwear that there just isn't available. I said to Kate, could she possibly design one to meet the needs of women that have had surgery, radiotherapy, got sore bits and extra skin and stuff like this. And she did, because she has a passion for sewing. So she threw one together that was amazing. And it was our prototype that we based everything on. And it was just phenomenal. A friend that we both know, Margot, did have a chuckle when I said to her that we were making this bra, and she laughed and said, you're making a homemade bra. But actually, look where it's done amazingly well, with lots of support along the way. But I think it's that we just want to help other people. And I know I'm talking too much, but Rory, that was just on a second ago, his song Hideaway, I listened to that the other day and I thought, do you know, that is for all of us women that have gone through breast cancer treatment. We've had, well, everyone that's gone through cancer treatment, to be fair, but we don't want to hide away. Why should we hide away just because we've had surgery that makes us look a bit different? We should be embracing our bodies. We should be feeling proud of what we've achieved and what we've gone through. And that song is perfect.
It is. I think
dancing around in a Skarlette too.
I think you should collaborate with Rory on that song. He hasn't got a music video for it right now.
Dancer.
You totally could do. Now, you mentioned there, Kate, and Kate is your other half in this. So I'm going to put up a picture of Kate now, because she can't be with us this evening. There she is, the lovely Kate. And you two are Wonder Women, because, you know, you mentioned there, you've just done a shift. You have a special story to this, and it's a connection that, because you have lived through breast cancer and breast cancer surgery, there's nobody more perfect to come up with this concept, because like you said, you know what's not out there.
Yeah.
And just because you've had surgery, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't have a pretty underwear bra instead of, because, you know, you do see bras that just look ugly.
Absolutely. They're not colourful, they're not lacy, they're big and cumbersome and frumpy. And the alternative is to wear nothing, or to wear, like, you know, stretchy sports top type of thing. But with the top that I'm wearing tonight, if it kind of gapes a little bit and you can see a little bit of lacy lingerie, then that looks okay. But if you just see a bare chest and you're a woman, that doesn't look okay. And that's why we wanted to make sure that we made something that people can wear, women can wear, and it doesn't cost a fortune either, because obviously, having gone through cancer treatment, lots of women can't work, the finances have been impacted, and a lot of post-surgical underwear is expensive.
Oh, yeah.
So
it's almost like you're being penalised for something that you had no control over.
Yeah, because it's a niche. Because it's a niche area, isn't it? And it's women that have to put prosthetics, which are the artificial boobs, in their bra, or they need to have, you know, particularly wide straps or whatever, and therefore the price tag goes up. And that's what Kate and I have really tried hard to achieve, to keep the price as affordable as possible, for the knickers and for the Skarlette, and to have it made in England, which is just down the road from you.
I know, we're going to come on to that later. You talked about the price there. So what price are we looking at then for the set? Because you can't get the bra without the knickers.
You can't.
You can't.
You can't. And the set is £35 to get both the Skarlette and the knickers. And
you sometimes pay £35 plus. I mean, sometimes you're talking about, and I know we shouldn't say this, men, but sometimes we do spend about £50 on a bra.
do you know, I had a lovely lady rang me and spoke to me, and she was absolutely flabbergasted when I said how much the Skarlette was, because you buy the Skarlette on its own, it's £30, and she nearly choked and thought it'd be double the price at least, which I thought, my goodness. And the other day my teenage daughter bought one twice the price, which is ridiculous. But anyway, that's another story.
That's teenagers for you. That's teenagers for you. Talking of kids, actually, should we bring Daisy in? All right. And I have to say, we're going to see if she can come into our hive. Now, are you there, Daisy? Can we see you? Oh, hang on. I saw a glimpse of her then, so we'll let. Here we go, Daisy. She's more interested in a bottle of water than she is about this show. How very dare you, Daisy? Have you got a question for the lovely Heather?
Listen.
What was that? Oh, she's such a professional. She's still smiling, even though we can't hear her.
I have a question for her. I have a question.
She does have a question.
She has a question.
I've got a question. What do your children think? What do your children think of your lingerie brand?
Daisy, they love it. I will be honest, and my son, who's 22, have got that right, haven't I? Yeah. My son that's 22 he couldn't understand, why would I want to make this piece of lingerie when I don't have any boobs to put in it? When I put my big baggy t-shirt on and leant forward and it gaped open and I showed him, he understood fully. So he perfectly understands, loves it. And then I've got an older daughter who would really like her own. She loves the knickers, but you know, when you're 20, you don't wear knickers like these knickers as knickers. You wear them in bed as shorts. So that's for the sort of 20-year-old market. So, you know, they're coming for everything.
Oh, do you know what? I think that's hilarious. One, she's going to be mortified when she watches this fact that she's been frozen because her teacher is watching tonight. So hello, Mr. Tor, teacher. But two, that really struck a chord with me about 20-year-olds wanting to wear them in bed because they think they're Bridget Jones knickers. But I know. I think they're gorgeous because one, they look quite sexy. They really do look sexy, and they're way more comfortable than those. The thong things
that cut you in too.
Oh, of course they do. Actually, can we just say Mega's in the house now? She won't come on camera, but if she gives us a whoop whoop, whoop whoop, she is in the house. But I think she might get a little bit embarrassed now. All right,
should we show everybody the shorts that she's going to wear in bed?
Yeah.
Okay, it's okay. You don't have to wear them. So here are what I call knickers, and Michelle calls knickers, and Kate calls knickers, but the younger brigade call them shorts. So these are really sexy, lovely, soft, lacy shorts to wear in bed, especially in this weather when it's really hot and you don't want your towel and fleecy ones. That's what they wear.
I'm loving it. And you know what, Kate, and I think is this our Kate?
This is Kate.
This is Kate, the co-founder of Skarlette, who is watching right now. And she said Daisy had a fab question. Oh, and it's so great that Kate is watching. And I think all the viewers at home will agree with you about that knickers that we've just said about. So I think Meg's a bit wrong, but I won't offend her too much because she's just over to the side of me right now.
And we wanted to carry on clapping.
And we do want to carry on clapping. Okay, now you promised us a little bit of a reveal. What kind of reveal are you talking about?
Well, we've finally received our samples. So in a couple of weeks, Kate and I are going to be lovingly dispatching all of our orders to everybody. But for tonight, look, I've undone this enough for you to see. We've got the Heather, Skarlette, because you've seen the Elizabeth up to now, but we've now got that. We need to know which way I'm turning. I'm going the opposite way. This is the Heather Skarlette, which actually will hopefully also suit women that have got just small petite boobs. Actually the first prototype design that Kate came up with, and I wouldn't change it. We love it. So that's our Heather.
Well, talking about people buying that, I've gone and bought it.
Well, there you go.
I cannot wait. How bloody fabulous do you look? You look absolutely amazing. And if it's the underwear that's making you look that way, I can't wait till I get mine.
Oh,
I really can't.
yeah, absolutely, Michelle. And tomorrow, obviously, I'm hoping that the weather holds out, because tomorrow I've got to get my bottom half out as well.
Oh, you're joking. What are you doing tomorrow?
Photo shoot in underwear at 50. I mean, I'm going to stop filling in the buttons, can't find them.
You're 50 and fabulous. Absolutely. So you're doing a photo shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a little bit excited but a little bit nervous?
Very excited, and yes, a little bit nervous, but I'm in the safe hands of Sarah, who's doing the photography, and she's really good, and Darcy, who's doing some modelling, and she's done previous modelling, so I'm just going to ask her to tell me what to do, how to stand, and try not to do that funny leg stand that the young brigade do as well. It'll make my leg look deformed. One leg and one leg.
And where are we going to see these pictures? Are they going on the website?
Website, social media. I hope to get a little bit of video and everything. So yeah.
Do you know what though? You should be getting used to this, because I'm going to show something now that I've been looking at your social media. It's very good. Very good, actually. You're very down with the kids. And I had a little bit of a look at this.
Right, okay. I've got the Ella Skarlette for you tonight to see. So this is a white version, and it's a front fastening Skarlette, and here it is. Can't believe I'm going to be in white underwear on social media, but there you go. Here is the Ella Skarlette, and I won't undo it all because it's probably a bit too much for social media, but poppers, perfect.
Oh,
you know what Rich
gosh.
will be doing? He'll be just going, God, I can't believe she's in her underwear again on like social media every time.
So the thing is, you're used to it now. You've done it that time. You've just done it now, live to all our people watching at home. Tomorrow will be a breeze.
I'm so glad it's warm. I'm so glad it's warm. I'm not all shivering goose pimply.
Oh.
But yeah,
it's going to be brilliant. What has the response been like since you launched?
Really, really good. We wanted our product available to actually post out when people ordered, and some people have got back to us to say that because it's on pre-order, they want to know when it's going to be available. But we've had orders from America, Germany, Slovakia, as well as the UK.
International.
Which is just brilliant. Isn't that good?
But there's a need, obviously a need.
Yeah, absolutely. And to think that it's going so far away, and to women that have, they message us privately and they say, oh my God, where have you been? This has been waiting for I've been 6 years with him. And I think, oh my God, how good is that? So we, in a couple of weeks, like I say, when our manufacture is complete, then we'll be able to change our pre-order button to order, buy it now. Although people can still place their orders on a pre-order, and we will be fulfilling those and packing them with lots of love and excitement.
Well, that is your tagline, Skarlette, Stitched with Love, which I think is absolutely perfect, because it's coming from a good place, and the fact that you aren't, and you could charge so much for it, just speaks volumes at the end of the day, because you know how difficult it can be.
Yeah, we want people to wear it. We want it to be available. We don't want it to be unaffordable. And that's we've not gone into this as a big business venture to become rich and be really famous. if we do, that's absolutely fine. But I'm already designing the lorry that's going to, with our Skarlette brand on the side.
Dragon's Den, Dragon's
Even
Den.
a plane. I've actually had a plane, and I said to Kate, because obviously Kate's a pilot, I said she could fly the plane that's got Skarlette stitched with love along the side. If you say it, visualise it, then
Absolutely. I'm coming on that plane. We're going to fly to New York, where Daisy and Harry are, because we can't get the connection right. We'll pick them up and bring them back to the Hive so they can ask you the proper question, right?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Now, I can't let you go without asking about the manufacturer, because you briefly mentioned it before, didn't you?
Yeah.
And I think this is a cracking story. Tell us a bit about how you got your manufacturer and why it was so important to get a UK one.
So obviously, having no experience of this, Kate and I, we did get lots of advice from people that are in the lingerie or manufacturing business and in business themselves, and the same sort of response was coming back from all of them, that really we needed to take production abroad if we wanted to be making any money. It's going to cost too much in the UK. But we want, our values is we want to keep jobs and skills in the UK, especially after the pandemic. So we wanted to ultimately try and keep it local, but we never thought we'd get it in Manchester. We had a couple of manufacturers down in London, and during the pandemic, that was waiting on a lot of postage, paying for a lot of postage, lots of Zoom conversations rather than face-to-face and visiting the factory.
And doing it during a pandemic, I mean, that's a difficult thing anyway.
It was difficult, and thank God for technology when it worked, obviously. But we did rely on that massively. And then we came by Ella and me in Middleton, which were on the Mary Porters. Was it about 13 years ago, some time ago?
What? I actually watched that programme, and I remember thinking, because obviously I'm a local girl, and I thought, I didn't know like factories existed like that, that were family run and just have been going for ages and ages, and there was a real history to it. And Mary Porters turned it around even more, didn't she?
Yeah.
And it must be great having them on board.
Absolutely brilliant. So when we went, I mean, Kate was like a child in a sweet shop, or she actually went and went when she saw all of the everything to do with the massive table where you cut in all the different material rolls. Everything was just like, oh my God, I want one of my own. Really, from
well, for a designer like Kate has designed, like the Skarlette, it must be a dream.
Oh, she was in heaven in there. She was in heaven. And we sat around the table. We talked about what we wanted. They have their own lingerie range, and so they were saying, well, what's different about this? Why is it any different to whatever's out there? And helping them to understand and appreciate the deeper underband because of sore ribs and the lack of, the flatness. That's what's caused difficulty, just doing a flat triangle instead of a cup. And that's what is the main difference to the bras, because bras are cupped and pocketed to hold something.
Yes.
And ours are just completely flat. And then obviously the little dainty straps that we've got, you can't have that with mastectomy.
Are they really thick?
Underwear. They're really thick to hold either reconstructed breasts or prosthetics, which are actually really quite heavy, and I have to use the little softies, which are just soft squishy things. So that's why we can actually have the nice dainty straps, and we can have the more sexy lacy lingerie. So it's really exciting, and I want to wear mine with my denim shorts and just strut out down the beach.
Well, because they are covered up enough, and like you say, it's almost an addition to what you're wearing. It's fantastic. I'm going to put a picture up that you sent me, which is really, really good, and it shows the actual thing that you've just described, which is the band, isn't it?
Exactly. And
this is one of the early drawings, isn't it?
That's the flatness, so that you can see particularly on the one that's sort of got the arm behind it, it's a completely flat piece of underwear, and that's the big difference. And changing the conversation in hospitals and adding this option to the one that we're in Get, which is we can try and do reconstruction from a different part of your body, or with implants, or you can have a prosthetic, which was my choice because I couldn't have reconstruction. Then they can now say, well, actually, you could stay flat, and you don't need to feel like a weirdo for staying flat and not wanting further surgery and further upheaval and everything that goes with it. And there's a really beautiful range of lingerie that you can wear to still feel feminine. And
I think it's great. And so what is the plan then? What does the future hold for Skarlette?
Well, what we plan to do is obviously extend our range and develop a swimwear, which we've got all of the drawings for, called the Skarlettini.
I love
Instead
it.
of bikini, it's a Skarlettini.
Because you've got a great name, the Skarlette. You haven't even mentioned like what was behind that.
So like because it looks like a bralette. If I hold up here the Ella, whoop, that way, and so the shape of it is a bit like a bralette. But it isn't for breasts, it's for scars. So we call it a scar.
Love it.
And some women wouldn't want to have that word scar in their face, so we changed it to a K. And that's where the Skarlette came from. And I think it's perfect for the actual piece of lingerie that it is. And therefore a Skarlettini just makes sense for the swimwear. And all we need to do is sell all of our first run and generate the income and then get some more money and continue with our dream. And so, you know, we hope to be everywhere, in all the hospitals, in different countries, and accessible and affordable to all the women that need it.
And I don't see why not. I honestly don't see why not, because actually people should spread the word about it, because it is something, as we've just said tonight, is needed.
Yeah, it is. And it's a niche. It is a niche market, and women don't walk around and shout about being flat-chested if they're just small-chested or having had mastectomies and living with a flat chest because of surgery. So trying to find them to tell them about it is quite an awkward thing to do. So that's why we just want people to talk about Skarlette to everybody that they know, because you never know where that one woman might be that needs this one day, really.
I love it. I am so pleased that you joined us live in the Hive this evening, and you got into your car. You might have had troubles with your sat nav, but we got you here, and you've even took your kit off for us.
Yeah,
that's a first. That's a first live in the Hive.
Live in the Hive.
Have you seen the sun coming through whilst we've been talking?
Yeah, we kind of got silhouetted, I think.
No, at one point, and do you know what? There is a shade going on that I need no highlighter for right now. But please do come back and have a drink with us again in the Hive. And good luck to you and Kate. And thank you very much.
And we'll get Kate along next time.
Oh, we so will.
Yeah.
Kate is watching right now, guys. So yeah, do you know what? Meg was about to give you a bit of a cheer there. And rightly so. I can see Daisy and Harry. They are in the background in their New York hub. Don't you just love Heather?
Yeah.
Now, Daisy, do you think that you might have your quiz to hand? Because what we're going to try and do for the next few weeks is find out about the Eagletons. So you've got me, you've got Daisy, you've got Harry, and you've got Mr. Justin Husband, who is a little bit camera shy, but don't worry, we will see him very soon. We will drag him onto one of these shows. But tonight, Daisy is going to ask me a few questions which I haven't seen before. Are these quick fire questions, Daisy?
Absolutely.
Okay, what have I got to do?
So I'm just going to ask you the question, and you will answer with like one or the other. So if I say like yellow or black, you'll say yellow or black. So.
All right. Okay, go for it. Hit me with them.
Burgers or hot dogs?
Burgers.
Prosecco or gin?
Oh, Prosecco.
Pink or blue?
Pink.
Waffles or pancakes?
Pancakes.
Chicken or beef?
Chicken.
Dog or cat?
Dog, definitely.
Curry or noodles?
Curry.
Singing or dancing?
Oh, singing. Gotta be singing.
Romance or horror?
Oh, romance. Who wants a horror?
And the final one, Harry or Daisy?
Oh, you're so cheeky. You know I love you both so much. You've been absolutely fantastic this evening. Thank you for that quiz. It's my turn next week on you. What's that, Harry?
Choose me.
Oh, I choose you both. Now, Daisy.
Not both, only me.
while we've still got you on our wonderful Wi-Fi, have you got the fact of the day there?
Yes, I've got the fact of the day. So, you know, like you always hear fruit salad trees from famous inventors in lots of storybooks. Well, in Australia, James and Carrie West grow and sell 4 types of fruit salad trees. They have plums, peaches, nectarines, apricots, and peachcots. Isn't that amazing, Mum?
That is amazing. I never knew they existed. Should we plant one in the garden?
Definitely. I want some fruit salad. What about you?
Well, do you know what? We're going to see his garden in a few weeks' time. I'm going to get a resident gardener in and he's going to give us some good tips because you've got a blackberry tree, haven't you, Daisy?
Yes, we all have our own little plants and mine's a blackberry tree.
Harry, what's yours?
Mine is the carrots and the peas.
They're doing absolutely brilliant. So we'll take a look at the garden very soon.
The carrots are nearly popping out.
They are. Oh my goodness. We've got to make sure that the dog doesn't eat the carrots because that wouldn't be good at all, would it? We're getting some great messages in about you. We got one from Emma Carodas before saying, you know, go Daisy. And Phil is saying, what a couple of stars Daisy and Harry are. See?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You don't need to be a rock star, Harry. You're already a star.
Well, I could say if I was a star, then I'd be a gamer.
Right, guys, do you know what? Thank you so much for being in the Hive via New York this evening. It's been great to have you on the show. Will you come back next week?
Definitely, yes.
Definitely.
Oh, cuties, absolutely cuties. Thank you so much to all my guests this evening. Thank you so much to Rory Hope. Thank you to Heather Glover. And thank you to all of you for watching and keeping very patient whilst we have had some technical difficulties. Like I say, this is only show 2. We are going to pump up the Wi-Fi next week so we don't have any hitches or glitches. But hey, I might look better with a little bit of fuzz going on. So you might not want to see me in HD. But for now, I'm going to play you out with a wonderful track that we heard earlier. It is, of course, the fantastic Rory Hope and his brilliant new song, which is out now on Spotify, Hideaway. See you next week, guys.
I'm falling back to that place, deep in the safe zone, but I need to let go of feelings I can't erase. I'm calm on the surface, I wish I could kick it. Time and space is floating away, just caught in a wave. I'm tired of this masquerade. It's in my veins, I can break these chains, 'cause I don't wanna hide away. 'Cause I don't wanna hide away. I don't wanna hide away, hide away, hide away, hide away, hide away. I don't wanna hide away, hide away, hide away, hide away, hide away. I don't wanna chasing the rising sun. I'm just keeping the faith. This world's what we make it. I can't be the only one thinking we'd fall. No, 'cause what if we fly? Get lost in the high.